everyone. My name is Faith Afolabi, and I'm the host for the Mcbridge Consult Media Chatroom on Conversations with Humans of Nigeria Development. Okay, so welcome to the second episode on the second season of this series. We've been on this for the last few weeks. Today we have a special guest with me. I've known her for quite some time now, and she will be sharing her own experience on how she started on this journey. If you're just tuning in, this is the Mcbridge Consult Media Chatroom on Humans of Nigeria Job Professionals, with conversations with development professionals. We'll be going on a very short break, and when we come back, we'll continue. My name remains Faith Afolabi, and for those of us just joining us, you're still early to catch up on our story today with our guest, and she will be sharing her experience. She has a number of years of experience working in the non-for-profit sector, and then she's the project manager, and she has been on this and very passionate. I'd like her to introduce herself, and we'll continue. So tell us, what's your name, and where do you work, and what you do?
Hi everyone, my name is Layo Olumide. I am a development worker, and I work with an international development organization. I am a program officer at this organization, and basically what we do is education consultancy. We provide education consultancy services for organizations in the private sector, even for governments, for policymakers. Basically, what we try to do is to provide a platform where people can discuss education issues and where people can leverage to make impact in the education sector. So that is what I do.
Wow, fantastic. So I'd like to know what inspired you to start on this journey, because we are interested in your story.
Oh, okay, sure. So I have actually been a development worker for give or take 8 years now.
Wow.
And yes, it's been a long time. So I started, my journey through a series of volunteering opportunities. I volunteered in a lot of different development sector expertise. So I honed into education, quite frankly, through what I would call a career-defining moment, actually, because, I had been through volunteering at refugee organizations, volunteering in health sector organizations, and somehow education just stood out for me eventually in relation to refugees, in relation to IDPs, and various sectors of underserved people like that. So the motivation for my journey actually started from that career-defining moment that I told you, when I found that children of internally displaced people in a certain community in Lagos were being denied education simply because they were internally displaced people. So that was what started my journey down the education sector and the development sector, and the entirety of that.
Interesting. This is very interesting. Okay, so I'd like to know, so did you go to school studying development course, or you did something else? I would like to know if you were going to do something else before you started volunteering.
Okay, quite frankly, I think back when I was going to school, there was even no development course or anything like that.
Wow.
So what I did have in mind to become, childish dreams of our childhood, I had in mind that I was going to be the president of the nation. And I was going to change the world.
It can still happen.
I know. It definitely can still happen.
Yeah.
But for now, I am changing the world one person at a time. So what I did study was political science. And after my time in the University of Lagos studying political science, I then went on to do a master's in peace studies and conflict resolution. And these courses really had a way of molding your mind to see beyond what is present into what might be in the future. So that is my educational background in relation to what I currently do.
Oh, okay, interesting. So if you're just joining us, this is Mcbridge Consult's Media Chatroom. We're going on a very short break. Don't go away. Subscribe to our channel, tell your friends, and we'll be right back. Welcome everyone from that short break, and you've been speaking with me, Faith Afolabi, the founder and host of Mcbridge Consult, and we've been speaking with Layo. She's been sharing her experience. Now, she's our first program officer on this show. The last season, I don't think we had anyone, and this new season, she is the first one, and she's a program officer and a project manager. Built her skills in different thematic areas within the sustainable development goals and non-for-profit, and she has developed passion in empowering children in education in her current organization. So let's get on with our discussion. So I'd like to know if there are opportunities for one to build their capacity to be a program officer in the non-for-profit sector.
Okay, so becoming a program officer is a pretty simple path, because by doing, you have to start from a position of volunteering as much as you can, because if you were like me, who were not sure exactly where you would like to focus, you first have to discover your niche. So you have to go through a series of volunteering opportunities. Like I had to volunteer in health, I had to volunteer in refugee and migrant services, I had to volunteer in youth development, I had to volunteer in a whole lot of places before I eventually found out that, I think I have more of a passion and a zeal for education and humanitarian work involving education and refugees and internally displaced people, migratory issues. So it involves a lot of learning by doing. However, when you have done that, when you have discovered your niche, your very next step will then be to empower yourself as you go down that path. You want to try to look for online courses, you want to try to look for so I had to do a lot of online courses on monitoring and evaluation. I had to do a lot of courses on project management, end-to-end project management. So you cannot just stay on one course and try to follow that course through completely. You always have to learn every day and, be a complete project manager, program officer, and everything in that circle. You have to be on top of your game.
Okay, good. So just another question. Has there been any high moments for you in this career, and has there been any low moments? If there is, if you've had a low moment, how were you able to handle them? Because I can see you're still on that part, you're passionate about it, and there's no turning back.
Definitely no turning back. This is the chosen path, so to speak. So low moments, yes, there will be a lot of low moments. I can tell you that for free, because when you come into this, your zeal, your passion is, I want to create as much change as possible. I want to improve lives right this minute. I want to make things better for somebody. However, things don't always work that fast. What you get to learn is that sometimes you have to go through the processes. If you're trying to, for example, change a policy, you have to start from scratch. You have to get people to support you. You have to move on to the next level of, going to the government and having to talk to somebody. You have to advocate persistently and consistently sometimes. So it can be draining. It can be emotionally dampening sometimes. However, when the highs do come, then it is completely mind-blowing, because when you are eventually able to achieve your aim, then there's just something about it that just, this is it again, So there's definitely going to be a lot of low moments. However, the highs are something really special, because you don't add value just to yourself, you add value to society, you add value to the life of a child, you add value to the life of people who even sometimes get to learn from that child. So there's a lot of highs and lows in the work, definitely.
Yeah. So do you have mentors that mentor you in this work?
Yes, definitely. If you're going to be in the humanitarian sector, it is important for you to have as many mentors as possible. I relate with my mentors sometimes through social media, because, especially with the pandemic, it is very, very difficult sometimes to get a hold of them. So you have to be able to first create a personal relationship. Sometimes walk up to them. So for two of my mentors, I had to walk up to them, introduce myself, tell them where I am now and where I see myself in a couple of years down the road. And then I asked them if they would like to mentor me, or if it was comfortable for them to help me down the path that I have decided to go on. So for me, that was the useful way, or that was the way I had to approach my mentors. However, that might not be the way that anybody else might want to approach their mentors. I know that some people approach their mentors through Facebook and other mediums like that. So the way I use my mentors is that I get to engage them in conversations. So I see a certain policy, I reach out and I say, okay, so what do you think about this? How can this help us as we try to achieve so and so goal? You have to also be aware that your mentor has other things that they're focusing on. So try not to hog their time. So that is the way I relate with mentors as I go down my path.
Fantastic. This has been very interesting. So I'd like to ask you like one question, and then you have the final words for the audience. So why is it important for the role of the program officer in the non-profit sector? Because I see a lot of roles on that, and they have monitoring and evaluation, you have advocacy. Can a program officer do all this thing at the same time, or they have specific roles that they do?
Okay, I can tell you this for free, that being a program officer means that you are all in all. So what I'm trying to say is that you are both a monitoring and evaluation specialist, you are both a project manager, you are also somebody who has to supervise and oversee a lot of understaff. There's a lot of things that you are. So you have to find a way to specialize in all of these. So it's like being the jack of all trades and master of them all. You cannot be master of none. You have to be the master of them all.
That's right.
So I enjoy my work as a program officer, and it does involve a bit of all of these things that you have mentioned, because what you are doing is that you are ensuring that the project is started, you are identifying opportunities, you are getting yourself out there to explore and find ways to plug the holes that you have seen. You are observing gaps, you are figuring out how to plug those gaps. There's just a lot of work that goes into being a program officer, and I would advise that anybody who's to go in here, you have to be ready to put in the hard work and dedication.
Yes, at the end of the day, it pays a lot. I am a program officer as well. I've built over 10 years of experience in managing projects. And I can tell you that you are right. So you have to be alert to know every single thing. It's like being a busybody. Every single thing going on in the different areas. And you're able to speak and represent your higher colleagues and also every other colleagues around you. It's been such a wonderful time with you, Layo. So I would like you to have last words for our audience, someone who's looking at you and say, oh, I just want to be Layo right now. What is your last person?
Okay, so if you're looking at me and thinking you would like to be me, I tell you, yes, you can. It is absolutely possible. Anything is possible as long as you put your mind to it and really, really pay attention. But I need you to know that it involves a lot of hard work and dedication. You can't get there just by, lazing through things. And I say this because I have seen a lot of people come after me who are very lackadaisical about what they're doing, and it makes the work and people who take pride in the work, it makes us feel bad sometimes when the people who come after us don't value. Exactly, when people coming after us don't value the work as much as we do. So you have to be ready to put in the work. You have to be ready to dedicate yourself to your cause and figure out how you're going to make the world
a better place.
Slightly better, at least. You cannot completely change it by yourself, but you can make it better.
Yes. So thank you so much, Layo. This is where we draw the curtain for today, and we hope to have you again next time, and we wish you all the best in your career aspirations. So for those of us,
thank you very much.
This is where we draw the curtain. We've been speaking with Layo. She's a program officer and works with an international development, working to improve the educational system in Nigeria, and different programs, policies as regards education and all that. And she has shared her experience on her journey on how she developed passion for non-for-profit. If you're there still thinking, this is an opportunity for you to develop your passion. Get online, get the skill, get a mentor is very key in this work that we do as non-professionals, development people. So thank you again for joining us. And my name remains Faith Afolabi. Subscribe on our YouTube channel and look out for other episodes. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Bye.